Okay, and we're back with some more Diablo 2. That wonderful casual feeling of just playing a game I enjoy. Ooh, it feels good. So, I lied. I didn't just level to 13, I leveled to 15. I got some new stuff, but before we look at that, let's go ahead and look at some of the stuff I found off camera. Found this ring I just swapped out, but there's that jewel, and of course I found a pretty cool Bardiche for my Act 2 follower to start off with. It's not terrible, it's just something I found. And this is just a pretty sick like skeleton mastery thing I found. And I found just this skull cap laying around. I can't remember if that was on camera or not. But got some new stuff, mainly just attack rating. Nothing really all that exciting. I'm kind of bummed this is ethereal for this belt, but it's just kind of, you know, trash gear. Not really worried about anything right now. I don't think... Oh, I also get this charm, and this charm as well. I swapped out my other one as well. Let's just sell this, I don't need this. But yeah, it's a good time, man. I just did a bunch of Tristram runs last night before I went to bed for about an hour, because I'm a psychopath, and yeah. So, I don't remember what my... Okay, there we go. I haven't played since yesterday, so my brain's a little bit out of the loop. I gotta get back into the Diablo action. So, I'm gonna show you guys... I'm just gonna go to Darkwood real fast and kill Treehead, because I want to make sure I show you guys what I've also done. So, the attack you're seeing now on my left click is Zeal. So I'll show you guys my stats now as well for that. So I have 10 points in Sacrifice and 4 points into Zeal right now. I could respec so I can get 5. I could just pump Zeal up really high. I might do that later, who knows, with one of my respecs. But I did look at my stats, and I've kind of came to the conclusion of what I want to go with. Obviously it's going to be a Zealot, but we'll pump Sacrifice so we get the plus skills here. And I kind of want to get Vengeance just for some elemental damage. And Conversion's tempting, but no. And maybe Smite, just as a dump stat later on. I mean, just for shits and gigs. I'm not worried about defensive auras, to be perfectly honest with you. It's tempting. But I just don't think that they're as good. I mean, that's just my experience. Vigor's kind of good. I've used that before. And Meditation's pretty good if you have a group. This is much more focused on, like, group, honestly. I never actually used this. I'm guessing it's just Leech, and yeah, that's pretty good. But I want to show you guys something about offensive that is really good. So, we just have plus skills in Might right now. Might's just what I'm going to be using until I can get all the way to Conviction and Fanaticism. Conviction is really good. I haven't mentioned this yet, but it's a very... I think it's either Spirit... No, that's a shield. It's some sort of... you can get Conviction as an O skill for your follower with a Bardiche, or like a 3-socketed rune. It's pretty high up there. It's really high. But for most sorceresses, having a Conviction buff is how you actually deal with elemental immunities. It's really good for groups. I might just put 1 point into it to see how long it works. I haven't really played around with it. Fanaticism, though, is going to be our final dump stat, because it's just so good. It's better than, like, Blessed Aim and Concentration, because it's a mix of all of these. So, you know, I'm just going to probably respec and then just put into that if I have to. I don't know. So, like I said, like, Paladin's really basic. Excuse me. Paladin's really basic. Actually, I should just sell that. I know it's weird, but I do need gold. Because right now, gold is pretty important, as well as what we're going to be doing this episode, which is going to be finishing up Act 1. Act 1's pretty easy, especially for me right now, because I have pretty much as much stuff as I need. And it was so tempting to do Countess runs off camera, but I was like, nah, I'll just let it go. So what Zeal does, though, is it just pretty much hits enemies insanely quickly, and is just really, really good. So let's go ahead and start doing just a simple tower clear.
This tower.
Tower is actually pretty good in terms of just items, because number one, it's a free rune at the end of the dungeon, so it's pretty dope every time you do it. There's really no reason not to in the early game. And the maps aren't very big. There's a lot of this dungeon, but there's not very many to worry about, I guess. I still haven't really looked at what my final gear is going to be, because melee gets a lot, and I mean a lot, of options opened up to you. I'm probably going to go with something with a very fast attack speed. Probably just charm, nice. What we get? AR, nice, solid. I mean, it's big, but it's solid. Just like my penis. So, anyways, yeah, it's really open to a lot of interpretation for Metal. Or, jeez, I just watched Metal Grasshopper. My brain's a little fried. You hear that word so often in that web series. I've watched it like 3 times in the past. Anyways, it comes down to armor and what you want to use, and there's a lot of buffs you can get that are all different, so it's really up to what you want to do. Like, for me, a Zealot is just a nice, fun... It's not really brain dead like Hammerden, because Hammerden's just... It's Hammerden. These things are awful when you're playing a sorceress, because they just drain mana like crazy. I'm probably going to make him a tank, and attempt a... I don't know, just a basic tank. I don't really want to get super crazy with this guy, because honestly, Zealot is just pretty standard. It's not really as exciting as something like a Necromancer, or hell, even like a... Sorceress has a couple of options as well. You can get really good clears with Paladin. I mean, when most people say they have good clears, they're talking about, you know, just the speed at which you can clear dungeons and stuff. So, I'm probably a little over-leveled for this, but I'm probably okay with that, if I'm being honest. Oh, fucking axes are just weird. Fire res... 19 to AR. I'll take it. That's actually not too bad. And I want attack rating, dexterity, and just straight up damage right now. I'm not really worried about strength and... Well, the fire res is interesting on that, but I'm not really too worried about it right now. I've never seen that proc. Wow. I mean, I'm sure I have, that's weird. But yeah, this Zealot is gonna be just pretty much a solid, just kind of get shit done class. I don't need mana potions ever. I don't know why I'm even bothering picking him up right now. There is a low-ass plane. Yeah, Zealot's pretty good. It's not my favorite class. I'll always say my favorite class is, unfortunately, Summoner, because I'm a massive, awful person. 13 to AR... that's sad. I am still looking for a better belt right now. I would settle for anything that's not ethereal, because the problem with ethereal gear is it can't be repaired, obviously, and there is some caveats to this. You can get, like, some pretty good, like, ethereal gear. There is some ways to, like, Zod fix it. I've never done that. Personally, I've never seen a Zod rune in my time ever playing this game. I've never seen one drop, and I've also never crafted a Zod. It's too much, man. I don't have the time for that. But this is the layer 5 of this dungeon, is always where Countess is. She's really easy. Like I was saying, you really want to clear Cellar every time you play like anything, really. Like, if you want to get your runes up really quickly, it's always recommended to do this. And I'm picking up all the gold because I'm a big ass scrub, so I don't care. Plus, these weapon racks are pretty good for you know, melee classes like Barbarian, Paladin. Even I'd say as far as to like worrying about them if you're playing as a like maybe a Javazon. I mean, I've gotten some pretty decent like gear off these racks before in my time. Like, they can drop very good things. They're also really good sources of just plain items for doing enchanting later on. And just look at that shit, man. This is why Zealot is just so good. You just hit things so fast, and you just wreck shit. It's so good. You might consider it kind of boring, but personally, it's all up to what you like to do. For me, I just wanted to start out as a character that was really just kind of beat shit down. I haven't made a Zealot in a few years, so I'm excited to get this done. I believe Lobos Jr., when he was playing, also did this once, so... 2 to 7. I really do want to get a better, like, pretty much... something that's not the Scepter over and over. Another AR ring. Not bad. I mean, 15 AR is pretty good, but the mana after kill is what's really nice. Leech is really good. You want to make sure you get that for most melee characters, especially on Hell difficulty, because any health gained is good health gain. But it is really difficult because Barbarian really excels with, like, Mastery, so you could spec into something that you really like and then, like, dual-wield it. Whereas with Paladin, you really need to, like, focus on, like, a one-hand build. You can do two-handed, it's not going to hurt you. I mean, sometimes I use both hands too, but you know, it's a... Oh, my blood will boil. I bet it will. Get fucked. That fast. Oh my god, I love that. Also, the chest that spawns a bunch of gold the first time you kill her. It's so fun. I love it. Yeah, I will say that's one thing why I tell people the first time they play Diablo 2, start as like a Barbarian, or I'm sorry, a Barbarbian, and just kind of go ham, you know, pick a weapon type you really want, master it. It's really basic, and just kind of find a war cry you like. Paladin is a bit more simplistic. You're a little less, you know, you're a little less varied than like a Barbarian can be. But, I mean, you don't get cool shit like fucking Whirlwind, but Whirlwind is, nerfed to fuck. You're not gonna get anything quite like that. It used to be really good, but then it got patched a long time ago, way before I played. So, that's why I'm like, I may have played Diablo 2 for a long time, but I was not alive during, the days of Whirlwind Barbarians being good. I've not played that long. So, unfortunately for me, I guess, right? But Paladin's a very nice, stable, safe class to play as. You don't have to really worry about much. So, Tools of the Trade is an interesting quest I can do. It's tempting to do it, like, right now, but I generally save the reward for later, because it's just a rare enchant, so I haven't even mentioned this. Like, items in Diablo 2 are color-coded, so, like, blue is magic, which means, like anything, just according to the game, meaning it has a proc on it, or a... Actually, I don't think proc even has a definition, it's just 100% a gaming term. Like, the proc can be, like, enhanced damage or whatever. Rare items can contain numerous procs. I mean, magic can have numerous ones too, but rare has higher, they're just better. They're color-coded by yellow. And then the dark gold color is uniques. Those items are only of that specific, like, thing. They have a set number of stats they can have, like, rolled, like, Stone of Jordan is plus skills, mana, and, like, something else. I can't remember what. It's been a while since I looked at it. I haven't had one in a long time either. So, like, stuff like that, you know? It's just, like, uniques are generally what you want to go with, because you can gauge your stats by that. There's also crafted items, but those are a lot more rare. They're also generally... They're so random. They don't generate the same as, like, uniques, obviously. They're just... I don't know all the formulas for them off the top of my head. There's a lot of weird recipes that you can make in the cube later on. that just I don't even know exist. Like, there's one for like making rejuvenation potions, and I'm like, why would you ever do that? I get it, I know why you do it, but it's just weird. Yeah, there's a lot of like things you can do late game, like you can craft respecs, you can pretty much do everything you need to do through the Herodric Cube, which we'll get in Act 2. But yeah, for the most part, you're not really going to be worrying about that when you're playing as like Paladin for a long time. You really just need good gear. I mean, that's pretty obvious. That's this whole game in a nutshell. Point and click till Satan comes out, but you definitely need to like buckle down. You need to find something you really like and just roll with it. Usually you want to have what's called plus skills. That just means it pluses all your skills, like up like 2 or 1. Most plus skills are all at 1. I'm not sure if there's any that are actually uniques that guarantee 2, but you can like you stack those and they just give you ridiculous bonuses. So that's why most characters will spec based on if an item gives you, say, like movement speed or cast speed. Like you'll pick and choose which things you really want to use the most. And it's very, very important to make sure you're leveling up properly, you're putting the right points and everything, and don't waste your damn respecs, man. You don't want to do that at all. So, Tomoe Highland, you could just follow the path to get to the, what's it called, like the monastery. I believe that it always generates on where my mouse is pointing, this side right here on the western side. This also contains the pits. I haven't looked at the table right this minute, but this is where pretty much the best items in the game mostly come from. In higher difficulties, I should say. You can always farm like bosses and areas in lower difficulties. There's actually like Andarial and Nightmare has a higher chance of dropping SOJ than like Hell Andarial, I think. There's weird stuff like that. You can get like you can look at all the tables. There's tons and tons of data out there on the internet, more than I remember off the top of my head, honestly. So, I mean, if you want to look it up, you can. So that's how people like Mr. Llama know what things drop and where they come from. I also forgot to mention in the last session, I haven't uploaded any of these yet, but like another area with a high treasure count is Chaos Sanctuary, and it spawns the same things every time, like the same bosses. So Chaos Sanctuary is a really good area to farm. You're very likely... It's good for like higher tier melee classes and stuff. I'm not saying you can't do it as a like mage class, but it's generally a lot easier because the enemies there have a lot of really awful resistances. Like I've gotten so many bad like runs where I have to like reset early on. It's tough in the early game until you start getting some half decent stuff. But yeah, it's generally not too bad. The worst thing I think to me is the grind of getting to like hell mode is a little bit tedious, and I've had a little bit of time to think about how I'm actually going to structure this video series. I'll show you guys the entire climb all the way to another large charm. The entire climb, lightning res, I'll take it. But like, I won't show the whole climb for like Nightmare because that's really boring. I had another charm. Nice. 1 to Dex. Sure, I'll take it. Why not? Actually, I'll sell that. So, yeah, it's really just the same thing. It actually goes by a lot faster than you'd think because A, you're not grinding for gear. Like, you're not doing Tristram runs like I was doing, like, for an hour. And if you think that's boring, I'm like, man, I play RuneScape. So, that's one of the most tedious games to most people, and I enjoy it. I think you have to be a crazy person to enjoy RuneScape and games like it. I don't think WoW is as bad. WoW is more manipulative, I'd say. It's very manipulative. But there's our monastery gate, finally. I don't really worry about finding the waypoint for Tomoe Highland. I mean, it should be right down here, I think, somewhere. I'm not really worried about it, but I will look for it just for the sake of it, I guess. Actually, no, I just want to get this act over with. I'll do pit runs in, like, Nightmare instead. Because I can always do the Stewers as well. That's in Act 2. I mean, when it comes to getting better gear, my strongest advice is just play the game. Go through areas that you know have a lot of monster density. Monster density is rare. Like, it's just what it is. Like, sometimes you can get areas that are just jam-packed with shit. Some, not so much. It's all just dependent on how the game feels. There's not really any control of that. Sometimes you'll get really easy dungeons, sometimes you'll get really hard ones, but for the most part, I generally stick to certain areas. Like, if I want to get, like, good items, I'll go to Mephisto and Nightmare is another really good start. When you're preparing for Hell difficulty, I strongly recommend over-leveling, because once you hit those resistance nerfs, oh man, you have no idea how brutal that shit is until you get there, especially if you're playing as, like, a sorceress, because holy shit, dude, it is bone-crushing. It will just mess you up. You'll have a bad time. You don't want to have it happen, man. You want to make sure you're prepared. I think one of the worst things that you can do is just... I hate to say this, you know, because if there's one thing I like about Diablo 3, and that's probably one of the few things I'll ever say, is you really can experiment, but there is a lot more optimal builds, and oh Jesus, those skeleton mages are just horrible. I'm happy I have some resistances for this shit, I really am. And ooh, some booties, nice. Yeah, those skeletons are just gonna be the... yep, see, look at that, it's just... oh, they're awful, man. They do so much damage. Like, the mage ones are just gonna chip you away. Oh, they're awful. Ooh, and a rare helm. Oh, it's fucking ethereal. Watch it be something good. It's not bad, but it's not great either. I want to see what these boots are all about, though. Lightning res is tempting, but I don't need it. 41 AR, holy shit. Okay. Ooh, here's where I get nervous. Let's go ahead and swap this out. I'm not worried about losing mana on kill. That's totally fine for now. This is just starter gear. I'm not worried about it. I just need something to kill Andarial with. I really don't need, like, anything crazy to do that. Because once you start killing Andarial, that's when you're going to start getting uniques. And it's just way, 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 way easier. I think the worst thing is killing Andarial, though, because you have absolutely garbage. But I'll show you guys what I do when I do that. So I think our goal for this session here, because it's only 20 minutes in, I actually can see what time it is. I'm probably going to kill Andarial in this video and then show you guys a loot run and how I do it. Oops, that's not what I wanted to go. I wanted to use my teleport. My teleprot down! My favorite animated film. Also, this is one of the few areas that you can get, like, these tomes. If you have a tome already, though, it'll just add more scrolls to your inventory, which is weird. I think this is the only area in the game that actually contains these, and it also has hidden walls. It's also got the little Stargate reference in it as well. The hidden walls are kind of rare. See, like, Tome of Identify, told you. It's a reference to the original Diablo game, because there was little libraries and stuff you could find in the Catacombs. Barracks is really boring, and then there's Jail. And then there's Monastery, and once you get through Monastery, you can kill Andarial, and it's pretty much just gravy from then on out. I don't think that the teleporting enemies are very bad. They rarely ever cause me any issues. Ooh, a charm. Max stamina, I'll just take it for now, because I really don't care, personally. Stamina is just what it is. I just don't want to have to deal with it right now. And man, you can see why I leveled up too. You can tell these guys would do a shitload more damage to me if I didn't have some HP for this. Speaking of leveling up too, we're almost there. You can level... I've seen people say they level up to 20 before they do this. I don't recommend that. That is just way too much time, man. I don't know why you'd want to do that to yourself. Like, there is XP drop-offs in this game. Oh no, he's gonna yell at me and tell me he's gonna make weapons from my bones. Well, guess what, Will Smith? Welcome to Earth! Yeah, fuck you. I won. Anyways. That was the, like, what's it called quest. It's the, yeah, it's the what's it called quest. The Blacksmith Quest.
This will help the sisters turn the tide against evil.
I hope it does, too. He's pretty easy to kill. He's not that bad. So, go ahead and give this to Sharcy. She'll put it in between her cleavage, and then she can pump out a weapon.
Yes.
You have this imbue, so you can't put anything that's got, like, a blue on it. No sockets, no rares, no uniques, no set items, no jewelry, no fun allowed. So, this is really up to you what you want to put in here. Like, sometimes a roll could be pretty good. I've gotten half-decent items from this before, but it's not a guarantee. Like, I mean, you can get something good, but you're not going to roll a unique off of it. It's only going to be a rare item. But, I mean, I've had some pretty good rare items before. I mean, for the most part, your early game gear is going to consist of yellow. I actually don't recommend fighting any bosses in this game without either, well, first Andarial. You want to make sure, farm Andarial till you get full yellows or some uniques or something, you know. But then, after that, you got to make sure your gear is not blue. Blue is garbage, get the hell rid of it. You do not want it in your inventory for very long. If you can do better, you can do better. Trust me. You do not want to sell for mediocrity in this game after a while. So let's go ahead and level up. I'm going to put more into Zeal, and I'm kind of scared, so I'm going to put some points into Vitality because I have no idea how much damage Andarial's going to do to me. Actually, let's look at my resistances. Oh, no, we'll wait till we get there. Oh, fucking hell. I hate these maps. They're just so bullshit. I can't stand them. Barracks and Jail are basically the same map, with a different name, basically. They're just tedious and awful, and I hate going through them. It's even worse when you're going through this with, like, no teleporting, and, oh, it just sucks.
No place for a warrior to die.
Yeah, what he said, pretty much. Don't die here either. That'd be really bullshit. Max damage. Thanks. I don't need that, fam. I'm not really worried right now. I mean, there is some spots in Diablo I do worry about, but it does depend on the character. For me right now, my biggest concern is poison. I'm kind of scared about how much poison damage I'm going to be taking, but we'll check out our resistances before we fight Andarial. I might have to quaff some potion to do that, because I really don't want to take an unnecessary risk. I mean, even though it's not a hardcore character, I don't know why I could barely speak, I treat every character like it's a hardcore character, because that's a good way of playing a game. Because the moment I said, like I was saying earlier, the moment you start dying, that's the moment it starts to just crescendo down. It's pretty bad. It's like universal for me in this game. So my first death is probably going to be in like Act 3 to something stupid, and that's fine. I mean, I predict it will be in like Nightmare, Act 3. A fetish will probably do me in. No, actually, no, it's going to be Stygian Doll. I already know exactly what it's going to be. That's the first thing that usually kills me. Or an Obor, I think. That might be the other one. I generally have that happen, so there's no point in me actually looking for the waypoints. I think there's a waypoint in Jail 2, and I think there's one... Oh, I can't remember. It's basically not worth it. Some players really do want to find all their waypoints. I don't do that for normal because I really don't care that much. Like, if you're farming normal, you're doing it wrong. You really need to make sure you're farming close to your level, and something that's not too hard. You want to make sure if you're doing something hard, you at least have some sort of backup plan, like if something goes wrong. I don't really know how to explain that, if I'm being honest, but people who play this game series long enough, they probably know what I'm talking about, I guess. Like, don't fucking try to do Chaos Sanctuary if you have, like, yellow gear. Go in there with, like, some good uniques, you know, you're gonna have a better time. Your clear speed will be way faster, it won't be as annoying. See, this is why I hate jail, you gotta go through this fucking... Why is this here? Who fucking built this bullshit? And then it just keeps going. It's just... Ugh. And I'm only 30 minutes in, but I already feel like I've been in this fucking dungeon for like 10 years. I don't hate this dungeon, but it's just awful. Let's drop this shit off. I'm Deckard Joe Biden Kane. I don't know. 1 strength. That's not good. So defense is kind of not very important to me because I'm really... As a player, I generally focus on glass cannon builds, if I'm being honest. I don't really care if, you know, a character can't do the best tanking ever. Like, in RuneScape, I don't even fucking tank. I actually prey flick because I want to min-max. So, that's my example. Like, I don't prefer range in RuneScape. I prefer, like, melee because it's fun. I don't like range in any game, really. It's something about it just I've never enjoyed. I like getting up close and beating the shit out of things. It's just fun. This is a... not bad. God damn it, it's ethereal. Are you serious? Oh, fucking hell. It's socketed and ethereal. That's just horseshit. Ugh. I'd like to find a scepter. If I could find one just like a vanilla one, I would probably use that as my imbue. If I'm being honest. Oh, well. Cathedral's actually a pretty good place to grind, if I'm being honest as well. I mean, I'm always honest with you if I'm being honest, but still, it is a decent place. I mean, I recommend going through Cathedral because it's just got a very fast boss, he's not very hard to kill, he's in the same spot every time, he's gonna be right here. It's this immune to cold, douchebag. He's just pretty easy. I don't generally kill him if I'm being not honest. But because the cold immunity is what really shits you after a while because he's just an annoying enemy. But for a ranged character, it's totally fine. I'd say if you're playing as a Javazon, he's pretty easy to kill because you can just chuck a spear at him and just watch him go, and it's really hilarious. Oh, you wand, nice. Give me, fuck. Out of here. There, I want that. Yeah, I don't mind going through here though, it's pretty easy. There's generally a lot of containers to open up as well, which is another reason I go through here if I'm wanting to get chips early on. I really don't have to do that anymore because, like, I don't know, I've been playing Pluggy for a while now. See, that's something I actually value Pluggy over is because I don't have to spend like 8 years like min-maxing my inventory to make sure I can fucking up-tier my runes and shit. I hate that. It's really annoying, so, oh well. I have never understood the point of this monastery being here, if I'm being also honest as well. It's just weird. Why is it here? Why is there a jail, then there's this? Do people have to walk through this to go to church? I don't get it, man. Ooh, what's this? Let me take a sip of water here. It's a throw, never mind. I was reading the fucking damage as like good old-fashioned damage. I was like, holy hell, that's pretty good. No, it's garbage. So Catacombs is... Yeah, Catacombs is the last dungeon before Andarial. Oh god. These tainted, man. I've talked to, see that right there, that electric zap? Oh my god, dude, that fucking kills you in like hell and nightmare mode if you're not careful. They are so brutal. So let's go ahead and go down to Cat 2. I am going to find the waypoint in here because I want to farm Andarial, so hopefully it's pretty close. So Andarial generally spawns in this side of the map. It's not every time, so I'm hoping I can find it pretty quickly. I generally get good luck finding, you know, the waypoint next to Andarial. I mean, luck being... You can't be good at luck. That's an oxymoron. I apologize. But, I don't know. I always think Andarial is a pretty easy boss. She's not hard. Ooh! I'll take that with me. I'll have that. Watch this. Boom! More. I'm actually... Okay, if we find a scepter before we get to Andarial, I'm probably going to imbue that. However, I'll imbue that belt, because that's actually a really good find. Belts, I generally don't find very many belts, if I'm being honest. Again, Jesus Christ, that expression. But I would love to get a better belt. A good belt can get you a long way. And if you take that belt off, you can get some poontang, right? So, it's pretty good. I mean, I would love... that's not what I want. So you can use, like, a superior or... what else? Like if it says damaged or whatever, you can totally use that. However, if it's a socketed item, you can't do it. So I can't really rely on that. I'm tempted to get a belt early because it just saves you space. And I kind of want that. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Not because I'm almost out of inventory, but because it's always when I'm not playing as Necro. So, I'll... Okay, I really can't wait. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna imbue that belt, and I hope to God it's not something terrible. I mean, it can't be worse. It's not fucking, you know, ethereal. And all that is recovery, so it can only get better, right? Please tell me it's not bad. 2 to life, poison res... Damn it. It's not the worst, but I'm not happy with that. I'm a little butthurt right now. I'm not gonna lie, that might have been a terrible idea. But hey, we got some more AR. That's a pretty bad preserved head looking at the stats, actually, so I'm not really, like, glad I'm glad I'm not playing Necro right now, because that would actually make me very annoyed. I think we might actually have to start using mana. It looks kind of like that, actually. I'm a little happy, yay! I hate just using, like, healing pots. It makes me feel like I'm bad or something. I gave Kyoko one of mine because I love her. She's my waifu now. I haven't gotten into the official Diablo 2 rhythm yet. We're only 30 minutes into this video. I'm probably going to make these each about an hour. I don't want to make them too long because then I'll just keep playing the game over and over and just get burned out. That's been bugging me too. I'm doing it right now. So hopefully I can get something decent here. I really want to find that waypoint to be close so I can show you guys how to actually farm Andarial easily. I'm a little nervous because, like I said, poison res is kind of bad. Okay, so there's the stairs. I'm going to be so pissed if it's all the way across because I don't want to have to deal with that. See, these things right here, I actually have been killed by them before. And it sucks every time. Like, they're not hard, it's just I got killed by them because the internet was out and I died. And I always regret it every time I see them. Why does it feel like I'm not hitting fast enough? That's weird. Anyways, so when it comes to attack rating, I haven't mentioned this, it just means you're going to hit the highest damage you can hit more likely. I think there is a hard point for AR, but I don't want to... Oh, fucking hell, it is all the way over there. You're kidding me. And there's a mace. Mmm. Yum. This really sucks. I hate the fact that this is how long the distance is. I might do... You know, we'll poke our head in sewers, I think, but I don't know. I don't trust sewers because there's a lot of poison monsters, and I'm probably really squishy, and I don't want to get fucked up. I'm thinking about Act 2 right now, because Act 2 gives you a free, I think it's 20 It gives you something. It gives you like a scroll that gives you more stats for free. This is the teleport. Oh, Jesus. That's so far. Okay, we're gonna just do this the old-fashioned way. So... let's just not die. This is the most important thing. I am a little bit nervous, so I'm gonna buy 4 antidotes because I don't trust Andarial at all. Not that I would trust a thing that, you know, looks like that, personally, but I don't trust... what the fuck is it not depositing my gold for? Put it all in there. Wait, is it maxed? What the hell? It's... gold maxed at 100k? What the fuck? Alright then. That's weird. Okay, it goes into share gold. That's new. That's not normal. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay then. That's just weird, dude. Maybe that's a glitch. I don't know. So, Catacombs 3 is gonna be hopefully short. I would love it if that was the case. But it probably... okay, that's actually not bad. I bitched about the waypoint, but that's actually really good. That's a very short distance. So, Catacombs 4 is going to be the same thing every time. This room is generally pretty good just for XP. It's not, like, too bad. Like, you're going to get either Tainted, Zombies, Shaman, and I think it's about the same enemies every time. I don't think you can get the rat men in this area. They're just reskins of fetishes. Ooh, that damage was a little bit spooky. I heard a gem drop too. Where the hell is that? Oh, chip ruby, nice. You can also just kind of farm this area for gold if you're really, really, really desperate. There's also a couple items that always spawn here, like those corpses. Okay, so... those of you who've never seen this happen, essentially what happens every time you go fight Andarial... let me actually just take a drink in preparation for this, because I don't trust like that. Okay. So, behind this door is Andarial. She's a little bit further back in there. She's gonna come flying at me with her hair up in the air, her titties out, and she's gonna scream at me, die maggot, and then she's gonna bum rush me, poison me, probably kill my follower. It's just the way this works. So, she has a lot of poison damage. I'm a little nervous, but I've done this a million times. Let's go ahead and do it. All you need is confidence. There she is. Ooh, she poisoned my follower. That's good. You don't really want to fight her in here. That's really not a good idea. She's gonna die. I can already tell. That poison's nasty. Alright, that was not too bad. That was a pretty smooth Andarial kill. I'm not gonna lie. I've said that expression so many times it's starting to lose meaning. But that was pretty good. That was solid. I mean, my follower died, but that's fine. I'm not really worried about her. I'm gonna replace her in 3 seconds anyways. Yeah, that was surprisingly well. I did not expect to actually do that well. Andarial's generally pretty tough. Well, she's tough for melee, or sorry, for magic and like range, because you have to be very mobile. But that was solid. I'm not making it seem like it's actually like really hard. It's actually pretty hard. The problem with Andarial is that poison is just so fucking brutal. If you don't have poison res, or you don't have enough HP at this point, or some sort of just countermeasure to it, it's just gonna kick your ass. So, I'm only gonna loot this area once, because there's no real reason to do so after that. Just some gold. I didn't really get anything from her. I didn't expect to either. So, yeah, that's great. Hooray, cool. Andarial's dead. Cool. And we got pretty much ass gear. That's the way it works, isn't it?
Good evening.
Good evening. Well, we did get a skull. I guess that's pretty cool. That's pretty fucking metal, I guess, but not exactly what I wanted. I kind of wanted some items from that, but I'll take some chips. That's fine. I'm still getting caught up on this gold thing. That's so weird. Is that just a pluggy thing? Because I swear to God, max gold is like 2 mil. I'm pretty sure. It's like, no, it's 2.5 mil or something weird like that. That's just bizarre. I don't know if that's a pluggy thing. You see, that's gross. I don't like this. What is the shared goal? Is shared goal have a limit? Apparently not. Gold max is just that, but whatever. Alright, that's weird to me. I'm not gonna complain too much, but it's weird. So let's go ahead and go east to Loot Go Lane. Sup, Jaren? My guy? Okay. So I'm not really gonna do anything super crazy in Act 2. I'm actually just gonna go get a new follower. Actually, can I not do that yet?
I bet you wonder how this town met.
No, I don't care. Okay, I can hire a mercenary here. I want an offensive one because I like offensive men. This isn't the best. I want to get to Act 2. Nightmare for that. I kind of want... level 14... Yeah. Let's go with Razan. He's my man. Alright, Razan, you're my man. Look at that swag. Razan's got so much swag. He's so fucking cool. Okay. So, let's go ahead and give him... This is actually what I've been saving this for. And... So now that we have a okay follower, let's go ahead and give him some other stuff, too. I can give him some garbage gear. Oh, I should have saved that. Damn it. So I have M for my minion. Yeah, you better put that to good use. I gotta remember to give him items. I do this. I'm really bad about it. I should have been expecting to do this, but I didn't. That's kind of my fault. Do I want to do that? I'm tempted to make a shield, but all they are is resistances. I don't really want that. Yeah, Elrunes are shit, by the way. I can start making some rune words, but I don't know which ones I want to make yet. So let's go ahead and do a boss run, just so I can show you guys what I'm going to be doing for a minute. So loud. Ugh. Okay. I hate Act 2. I really don't want to do this unprepared, because you will have a bad time. Like, if you try to go through this right now. You may be thinking, but the Herodric Cube! No, fuck you. Okay, so let's see if I can do a decent boss run, because I'm gonna do this for, like, an hour, and try to get, like, some decent gear. I don't remember where Bishop Bosch is. I can't remember. So as long as I can remember... Oh, he's over here, okay. So there's Bishop Bosch, we got a club. Cool. So this is how I do farming in Act 1. I have to get more scrolls. It's gonna be a bad time if I don't. Also, Pluggy doesn't increase the size of your, like, what's it called? Cube, so not a big deal. I'm still weirded out by that gold thing, man. I don't get it. I'm just gonna put these in another page. Don't hate me for this, but I'm just gonna do it so I don't have to, like, look at it right now. I'll look at it at the end of each run. Cold Plains, we can... Well, I think... We'll see how far Blood Raven is, because I haven't, like, seen where she's at in a long time. Because it was last night. She's pretty far. I do have a stamina shrine right now, but that's not really what I'm after. So when I am doing these runs, you can see I'm usually prioritizing rings, and I'm also prioritizing elite packs and champions, because if you don't know, they have the better loot chance. It looks like, you know, I might do Blood Raven, but she's so far. That's so Raven, man. I don't want to deal with that. That's my biggest gripe, is I didn't get a very good, like, teleport for her, so I don't think I'm going to include Blood Raven. She does have, like, a decent enough chance to give you some items, but at this point, we really don't need, like, to, like, grind chests. We just need items for, our man Razan, alright? So, Razan's the real MVP that we gotta deck out with some pretty sick shit right now. We don't need to worry about our own problems, so... He'll get whatever I give him. That's all there is to it. So Stony Field... You know, I'll do Tristram, because Griswold is an actually decent boss. I wouldn't say he's the best, but he's a boss, and I know where he's at, and I know how to get to him, so I can't complain too much. Because this is also a pretty med-level area. I can just pick up some decent stuff on the way there. I'm not a fan of that gold thing, man. I can't stress it enough. That really bugs me. I can't really pin why either. I could have sworn there was a lot higher gold limit than that. It's like 2 mil. I'm not crazy, right? Maybe it was in addition to Pluggy. Ooh, a charm, nice. He needs armor, so I'm gonna pick up those.
Impossible.
Impossible. I used to say that so much when I was younger. Plus charms. I forgot to look at that charm. What's all this about? This chicken and a crisp. Oh, nice! Hell yeah. That's pretty good shit, man. Deckard cane. Stick it in your stash. See, this is what makes Pluggy nice, is I can just do this. I don't have to worry about, like, selling and going back and forth. I can just get back to what I'm doing. That makes it handy. I will recommend Pluggy for that. I'm probably not going to do full-on Tristram runs. I'm just going to kill Griswold and any elites, because okay, that's basically a Tristram run, if I'm being honest. So, yeah. He is pretty easy, and therefore I'll fight him, because why not? Actually, I'll just kill Griswold and go up here, because the elite packs are almost always right here. And they generally can drop pretty decent stuff. I would love to get to level 20, but I think that's a tall order right now. Hello. And that's a lot of shit on that ring. I can't wait to look that over. I'm excited looking at that. I will get rid of those shitty charms eventually. I just gotta get some starter charms. Black Marsh. Oh, sorry, we forgot to do Horny Fist Fuck. I'm sorry. That was my fault. He's a very... I got lucky with that spawn. I really did. That cap could be useful for our boy, Razan. Man, Razan's the real MVP. He really is. Is that... Yeah, that is a champion. It's like, that's a different color. That's a champion. We are the champions, my friend. So you see why I say pick up every single item you find in the background, because it can always contain anything. And since we already know these maps, this is just going to be really fast. There's generally not Shaman down here. Small shield. I'm not really worried about that. I'm just going to turn on a podcast after this and just zone out and do this for like an hour. And we'll be back with the next episode probably tomorrow, because I'm going to play RuneScape after this and eat some black licorice, because I'm very exciting. That's my favorite candy, next to dark chocolate as well. I don't really talk about that very often, because I know most people are sniffy to black licorice, but it's a very guilty pleasure. If you ever see me in public, by God, I hope you never do, because I'm just very boring. Anybody who works with me can testify to this. Okay, I'm not that boring, but I don't know. I'm just like, yeah. If you walk up to me with black licorice, I will just probably grin from ear to ear and say, "You're the best, I love you," and then we'll get married and we'll have cool, ugly children. Because that would be fun. And I think it would be fun too. You know what? Let's do the next video. It's just gonna be a loot video, man. I hope someone's gonna. No, I'm just kidding. That's just too tedious. I can't put you guys through that. I'm tempted to do it. I'm thinking about it, but I don't think you need to watch it. That's not for your eyes, okay? That's not for you. That's not for you. It's 2 triple XX, okay? That's probably pretty bad. Yeah, that's also really bad. I'll take the foxy armor. What's it gonna be? See, that's what it's gonna be like for an hour if I just do this. I'm just gonna come up with dumb, shitty puns for every single item I pick up. I don't generally clear this area, like, because it's just not very good. Because there's just too much shit in those rooms, and sometimes it can be a real pain in the ass to clean out. I don't really pick up that gold either. Razan, my man, in here, okay? I don't want you over there, homie. I'm not a necro, and I can't just vorp you over here, but I understand. I could have sworn Pluggy used to have runes showed up as yellow. Am I just crazy? That's a thing, right? Runes show up as yellow text. Like, not yellow, but they had like a weird kind of orange text. I don't know, man. Am I losing it? Is that just not a thing that I'm aware of? I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct. And we're gonna go ahead and do one more Andarial run. I still don't like this Catacombs teleport. It's just really bad. Like, it's all the way across the damn map. But, I mean, that's more of a chance for me to find ships. It's more of a chance to find runes. Those of you who are new to Diablo 2, runes have a separate drop table entirely. I believe you can find charms. Sure. I guess. I don't really care. These are just shitty, like, charms right now. They're always after me, Lucky Charms. Runes have their own separate drop table, and they have their own separate drop value. They generally have areas they can spawn in, like lower, like clavicle or travicle, but they don't have, like, Magic Find does not help you find them. Even though they're technically a magical item, I guess. They're their own separate entire drop table entirely. You can't, just get, like, runes up the ass. That's why, early on, it's very good to farm Countess a couple of times. I'd say, like, 20. I mean, doing what I'm doing right now is... It may seem tedious, but it's a very good way to guarantee that you're getting XP, you're getting loot, you're getting gold. You're always getting something. You should always be doing something in Diablo 2. Your character should always be killing shit efficiently. That's all it's about, man. This is not a game like Skyrim, which is for babies, or this is not like your Witcher, which is about sex and pretty ladies. No, this is about beating the shit out of monsters efficiently and quickly. Ooh, let's see how I fare against Andarial this time. Poison is so nasty, man. Jesus. Oof. That was pretty brutal. I should have went in there with poison res, if I'm being honest. A helm could be nice. Oh, this is already starting to feel good. I'll take that with me and just bring it back. I'm gonna sacrifice that. Or not sacrifice it, but I'm gonna sacrifice the town portal for it. Alright. And because I want that for my follower. Really? Oh my goodness. This is the problem with shitty runes. Or, sorry, shitty charms. You can reset the map, but I'm too lazy. And then Kashaya, resurrect my man.
Word of your great
Yeah, word of my great whatever. I am so great, I know. Alright, so let's go ahead and look over what we got. 2 to life, a shitload of reses. You know, I'll take it. I'll put this over here for now. Actually, no, we'll just sell this. Let's see what we got here. Energy, some reses. It's pretty nice, actually. But that has AR. This has better resistance, though. And a lot of them. Energy would be nice, because then I want to... Yeah, fuck it. I'll just give this to my boy, Razan. Durability is pretty bad. I'm pretty sure this is already better than whatever the hell he's got. So let's go ahead and give him that right now. Let's see. That is 1 to 29 compared to 8 to 27. This gives him some resistance. You better put that to good use, baby. Oh, is this socketed? Oh, I thought it was socketed this whole time. And strength, durability, 10 to life. We'll give him this, because why not? I'm going to change that back to O. That's what I've had that button for. I changed it recently, and I don't like it. And we'll give him my shitty dread cowl. So fucking metal, man. See, I'm already instinctively almost hitting O every time, because that's the key. And of course we got some runes. Some bad clubs. 6 to life. This is what I'm looking at. Okay, 1 to damage, mana, poison res. You know, this has a lot of stuff on it, but it's not very good. So, yeah. It's tempting, but it's not really worth it, man. I wish it was, but that's just not going to cut it for me. You see, this is also why I like Pluggy. If I was using my regular stash, this would take 100 years, and I could not do this. But yeah, I'm going to do this for about an hour. I'm not going to make you guys sit through that, because that's just torture. Because I'm going to sell all this crap, too. You know, I'm tempted just to leave it as is, and just do that. And sell it on my own time, because yeah, that's gonna be boring. I usually do this when I'm making like lower Kurost runs. Like, I'll just fill up pages and just call it a day. But yeah, I'm just gonna do that, and it's gonna be really boring probably. And so the next time you see me, we'll be rocking in the free world. So hope you guys enjoyed this session. Have a good one. Stay classy.